Tonight, we're learning the identities of 4 of the 6 American service members killed after the United States and Israel traded missile strikes with Iran over the weekend. Some Iranian strikes also targeted U.S. allies and military bases in the region. U.S. officials warned the most significant strikes on Iran are still to come. President Trump said today the missile strikes the U.S. and Israel carried out were something that had to be done. The war in Iran is now in its 4th day as Israel sent troops into Lebanon today. Meanwhile, Iran has been launching retaliatory strikes across the region, including an attack on the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia. The State Department is advising Americans in 14 countries across the Middle East to get out if they can. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. got involved because Israel was planning to strike and that triggered retaliation from Iran. But the president said his decision was preemptive.
Based on the way the negotiation was going, I think they were going to attack first, and I didn't want that to happen. So if anything, I might have forced Israel's hand. If we didn't do what we're doing right now, you would have had a nuclear war, and they would have taken out many countries, because you know what? They're sick people.
Rubio and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth briefed members of Congress today, and there are questions from House Democrats about the administration's justification for war and also its endgame. Both the House and Senate are set to vote on war powers resolutions this week that would require the president to seek congressional approval for any continued military action against Iran. And Congress is split, with Democrats in favor of the measure and Republicans saying it could undermine the mission.
The idea that a few colleagues here would try to move a war powers motion and resolution to the floor right now is dangerous. Imagine a scenario where Congress would vote to tell the commander-in-chief that he was no longer allowed to complete this mission.
We'll continue to make the strongest possible case. There is going to be very strong Democratic support for the war powers resolution across the ideological spectrum. That I can guarantee you.
And one of Pennsylvania's senators is also weighing in on the debate tonight. Democratic Senator John Fetterman spoke with reporters today, saying the president followed existing legal protocol.
Well, what does the War Powers Resolution in 73 say? It says that the president has to provide 48 hours of notification, and he's done that. And then they have up to 60 days, perhaps a 30 days extension. And there's no boots on the ground, and it's been into 100 hours so far. So where has anything been broken, or they haven't made every standard?
Fetterman also said the United States isn't maintaining its core responsibility to keep the government open, referencing the partial shutdown involving the Department of Homeland Security.